Greetings and welcome to my nightmare. Yes, my name is Murph. This show is called Prog Monster. And we're here tonight to do my favorite albums from 1975. Shouldn't be no hard guessing to figure out which one I'm doing tonight. Yes, Alice Cooper's debut album as a solo artist called Welcome to My Nightmare. Now, he did have 7 albums with the band Alice Cooper before he took the name of Alice Cooper and went solo. So on this album, I'm just going to go back a little bit just because I want to see something. So this album came out on February the 28th, 1975, and was recorded at Soundstage Studios in Toronto, the Record Plant East, Electric Ladyland, and A&R in New York City. It's about 43 minutes long. That's a fairly lengthy album for that time period. Yeah, it's probably pushing the envelope on a vinyl. It was released on Atlantic Records in the US and Canada, and Anchor Records. I assume that's the rest of the world that it was released in. Produced by none other than Bob Ezrin. Yes, the same Bob Ezrin that went on to produce Destroyer the following year. Yeah, great album. Lots of creepiness to it, but it's heavy. It's got some hard rock stuff. It's got some storytelling. I find his lyrics are really good. They draw an interest in. They bring you in and bring in an interest, and then the music is really catchy. So I'm just going to skip ahead to the tracks on the album as well as the personnel. So the personnel on this album, of course, is Alice Cooper. He's the lead vocalist. You have Dick Wagner and Steve Deacon Hunter, both playing electric and acoustic guitars, and Dick Wagner also doing vocals. Prakash John on the bass, and Penty Whitney Glenn on the drums. Yeah, and I think actually Bob Ezrin, I think he does. Sorry, just going to move it down a little bit so I can read the credit on it. I'm not used to this stupid computer yet, so give me a break here. So yeah, Bob Ezrin does do some synthesizers and keyboards on this album, as well as some vocals too. So he's active on the album, not just producing it. Also, Tony Levin is playing bass on Welcome to My Nightmare and Escape. Joseph Chirosky, keyboards and clavinet and vocals, and Fender Rhodes on some tracks as well. Johnny B. Benjek, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, drums and on Welcome to My Nightmare and Escape as well. Vincent Price, of course, is the curator, but he does a narration on one of the songs. I'll get to that. Trish McKinnon plays the mom. David Ezrin, Jerry Lyons, Michael Sherman, and the Summer Hills Children's Choir does vocals as well. And Bob Ezrin and Al McMillan, arrangements. So yeah, so there's a lot of people involved in this album, but the band itself are at the top. So there are 11 tracks on this album, and then if you get the remastered version, it's I think it has an extra 3 alternate versions of different songs on the album. So there's about 6 really good songs on this album. Welcome to My Nightmare is the start off track, really good, like that a lot. Typical Alice Cooper song. Devil's Food is pretty good. Then we get to the Black Widow with the narration by Vincent Price. The song is really solid on this as well. Some Folks is okay. Only Women Will Bleed is kind of the hurting song, I would call it, from where I'm from. It means it's kind of a bit of a sad song about how women put up with drunks and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty interesting tune, actually. The Department of Youth is a pretty solid kind of poppy rock song. And then you got Cold Ethel, which I'm thinking is talking about a dead woman. I'm not really sure. Or maybe it's an emotionally cold woman. I'm not sure. Years Ago, pretty solid. And then you get the really creepy Steven, which is kind of a story and a song at the same time. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album, though. The Awakening and Escape are the final 2 tracks. This is a solid album, coming in on day number 17, February the 17th, album number 17. So this album was actually on the charts at the exact same time as its predecessor, Day 16, is Toys in the Attic. This did just a little bit better on the charts, I think. It lasted a little bit longer for me in my playlist. I think it's just a tiny bit better of an album. I think Toys in the Attic has probably the best song, or the best couple of songs. This one has a lot more solid songs overall. A really good album. I enjoyed it a lot. And there you have it, Alice Cooper, coming in at day 17. So please like and make your comments below. I'd like to hear what you people think of this album. I think it's pretty solid myself. This is actually my first kind of go around with Alice Cooper. I did have one go around with him when I was in my teens with Flush the Fashion, because that was during my time period when I was hanging around with some people that were into new wave, and that was one of the new wave-ish albums, and I liked that quite a bit, and just never picked up anything else from Alice Cooper. This though is pretty solid, probably a lot better than that album as well. So please subscribe, it's much appreciated. I hope you get to see this video in the morning, and have yourself a good evening, and we will see you then. So take care. Goodbye.